During our trip to Canada in 2017, we visited Vancouver Island on a whim, but stayed primarily on the southern end of the island. We were really excited to be back to explore an entirely new part of the island. We were immediately struck by how different the north end of the island was. I don't think that we were expecting a lush temperate rainforest. It seemed like life was flourishing on every conceivable surface.
My finger for scale.
We showed up to Vancouver Island with little to no plans. We like to leave space in our schedule. You can only do so much research from afar, so it's nice to gather ideas once you're there and have a better understanding of the place. And thank goodness we did. That day, we had multiple conversations with locals, and everyone recommended we see the same two places. And to make matters even more interesting, they both required a ferry. The first was Malcolm Island to see the Orca rubbing beach, and the second was to go to Cormorant Island, which is the home of a First Nations community that's known for their art. Before we'd even made it back to the car, we had already made the decision that that was definitely what we were going to do next.
You hear those birds?
tart. Thimbleberries are so tart. I put 2 eggs in the mix too to make it a little bit more protein heavy, and I feel like it's nicely balanced. The tart sweet. Berries, yum. Boat's coming.
Yep.
While we were waiting to board the ferry to Malcolm Island, we struck up another conversation with yet another local, and for the sake of the story, we're gonna call him Avery.
Here we go, hopping on another ferry.
Ferry number 2.
Avery was from the island and had a lot of recommendations. He also suggested that we go to the rubbing beach, but he said that we also needed to chat with the researcher out there. And he also recommended that we stay longer than we had planned on the island so we could be there for Salmon Days, which was an event to honor the return of wild salmon to the local waters with a parade, a fair, and a dance, of course.
What cruise ship is this? Celebrity.
I keep talking about this whale rubbing beach, and I have yet to explain it. A whale rubbing beach is a place where certain clans of northern resident orcas come to rub their bodies against the smooth pebbles that can be found at very specific beaches. What's even cooler is that a pod's preferred rubbing beach, as well as the practice itself, is passed down from generation to generation, which suggests it's a cultural tradition for certain orcas. The implications of that is wildly fascinating. We spent a lot of time on Malcolm Island out at the rubbing beach. It was obviously in hopes of seeing the orcas, and eventually we did also work up the courage to chat with Troy, the researcher.
I think that's why originally I was so drawn to them and wanting to just, purely watch them because of the information I was learning that, matrilineal groups and calls and dialects and massive brains that look just like ours. What is this creature? And that's what, I think we're all still kind of asking about that. We really do know that it's up to us now, the human race, to make steps to ensure that they continue to have these wonderful, successful lives and societies that they have in the ocean that they've created for themselves.
After I stopped recording my interview with Troy, our conversation actually continued for hours. We really admired his outlook on life and have so much admiration for his love and dedication to the orcas. Everywhere we went around the island, everyone was talking about Salmon Days. It seemed like a really anticipated event for the community on the island. We were supposed to be taking the ferry back that day, but it felt wrong to leave having not experienced the Salmon Days. So we decided over coffee that morning to stay for the day.
Fish juice. Hope you like it.
Thank you. We are on Malcolm Island, a small island off the coast of Vancouver Island between mainland BC and Vancouver Island. And yesterday was Salmon Day. Big parade, lots of festivities. Woo! Happy Salmon Day!
Salmon Day.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And after the parade, we went to kind of the fair festival part of it. And we ran into a man that we met on the ferry, and turns out he was the one who organized Salmon Day, as well as a triathlon happening tomorrow, which is today. I'm in a bathing suit right now, which means that we're doing the triathlon. And it's kind of funny how that all happened. We do not have bikes because biking is the second leg of a triathlon. Owen has actually never done a triathlon before. I have a fair number of them under my belt at this rate, but the town kind of came together and rallied to find us bikes between yesterday afternoon and this morning. So we have 2 bikes that are sitting outside of our camper right now, and we are going to be doing the Big Lake Triathlon, the BLT. It's only an 80-meter swim, which is pretty short, a 6K bike, and a 2K run. And we're excited.
Long story short, both Owen and I won our category in the triathlon.
It was a late show and a bit of a dark horse. She's been traveling the world for 8 years with her partner, husband, and borrowed a bike, rode it maybe once, and ended up winning this category. So our 2024 champion is Mac Krogh in a time of 33:26. So let's hear it up for our open women. Is another 8-year-long world traveler is Owen Chikanasawa.
Woo!
Come on down, Owen.
Yeah, Owen!
Congratulations, Owen.
Yay!
I don't think either one of us saw that coming, but it was so fun to take part in a community event.
I'm so sad to be leaving. This place is really something special. Could not have enjoyed our time here. I don't think anymore. And somehow we've like met half the island. We spent our entire last day here yesterday after the triathlon just making the rounds saying goodbye to people that we've met in our time here.
What do you think, Boo?
She liked the crickets. As we drove onto the ferry, we spotted Avery waving us off from a porch across the street. We will never forget the hospitality of Malcolm Island. We're kind of a fly by the seat of our pants operation. While we were on the ferry, we decided to just turn right back around and go out to the other place that people had been recommending to us, which was Cormorant Island and the town of Alert Bay. Once again, we got into a conversation with the man from Alert Bay on the ferry. His name was Art, and he asked what brought us to the island. I told him about my long-standing love for Northwest coastal art as a style and my desire to see more of it. Turns out, he comes from a long line of Numgis First Nation artists and is one himself. Naturally, he gave us a lot of insight into what to see during our stay. Totem poles are erected to commemorate ancestry, history, and clan affiliations. But a lot of the ones that we were seeing around town were erected in honor of fallen chiefs from the community. We learned that a fallen totem pole is actually supposed to be left so it can decay and return to the earth. Totem poles are seen as being a part of the same natural life cycle as we are. Pretty poetic, isn't it? We also learned that the best steel for making carving tools is actually old leaf springs. I felt like a few of you out there might appreciate that. Our friends who happened to be exploring nearby on Vancouver Island decided to join us. Carissa, Limburg, and their 2 dogs, Stella and Kaya, are essentially family to us. We met them back in 2020, right before the pandemic, and then rode out quarantine together. Needless to say, we became very close very quickly, and we made countless memories together ever since.
Behind, in front of the red car.
Yeah, by the red car. Okay.
Stand until the early 2000s as like a reminder, and then the whole community came and destroyed it. Yeah, and then they put the cultural.
Obviously, there are a lot of things that I love about travel, but I have one more to add to the list. I love how organically it expands our knowledge along the way. Because we'd stumbled into that part of the world, we got to see a diverse collection of art that I've admired since I was a kid. Being there gave us the opportunity to meet the people who make totem poles, all while learning more deeply about their culture and the mythology that inspires their work. Never in a million years did I suspect I'd have the privilege of visiting a place like that.
I know, but that's what happens when you go outside and you get wet. Can you give me your paw? I know. All right, that's it.
While in line for the ferry to leave, Art stopped by to see us off.
Right.
He gave us a piece of his art to take with us on our travels and a book so we can learn how to draw in the Northwest Coastal Native style.
Oh my gosh, I love it. This will be so fun to have. To be reminded of the experience here.
I won't lie to you, when we left on the ferry that day, I shed a few tears. Although it's beautiful, that is not what makes that area special. It's the people. The people that have been there for 1,000 years, or the people who've been there for just a few. They're proud, and they're incredibly kind. Their love for their home is so abundantly clear, and it's completely contagious. Frankly, I get it. We were leaving with that same love too. And to think, none of that would have happened if we had never been willing to go on a spontaneous side quest.
Do you guys want to go see Mac and Owen? You want to go see Mac and Owen?
Ooh, your cousins are coming.
You don't even know what to do. You're so excited.
Oh my